All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to Mindset Monday. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage. We'll be joined shortly by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Hope everybody's doing well today on this beautiful Monday, February the 24th. As always, let's turn off all distractions, grab a pen and paper, let's take lots of notes. Let's make sure that we participate and engage. We want to make sure we start our day off by taking massive action. That action stands for accepting all possible losses before entering a trade, preparing you for any outcome, centering yourself, body, mind, and spirit, ensuring a balanced approach to trading, trusting your education, strategy, trade skills, and intuition. Imagine your trade successfully materializing, obeying your trading strategy, avoiding decisions based on greed or fear, and never looking back or stopping once your trade has commenced. All right. So, if everybody can hear me okay, drop me one in the chat and we will get this thing rocking. Perfect. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. Let's do this. Stop the share. So, good people, listen. I'm going to start today off with another question. Another question. Have you ever had a day when everything seemed to go wrong? You woke up late, you spilled your coffee, and suddenly the whole day felt off. Yep, me too. We've all been there. We've all been there, right? But the truth is, the truth is, it wasn't the event that ruined the day. It's the state you chose to stay in that ruined the day. Right? The ability to manage your emotions is key in the it's key in peak performance, right? When you want to operate at your highest level possible, right? Management of your state is key. And the beautiful thing about it is you're always in control of that. So today we're going to learn how to master our emotional state. Excuse me. So that no matter what life throws at us, we stay confident, we stay motivated, and we stay ready to take action at every turn. All right. So, how do you feel right now? All right, and type it in the chat. Do you feel energetic? You feel focused? You feel a little tired, maybe a little stressed? Blah. I dig it. Yeah. Okay. The answer to the question, how you feel at any given moment, right, is what we call your state, right? So why does state matter? State is the foundation for absolutely everything. Your state is the foundation for absolutely everything you do, right? It influences the way you think, the actions that you take or don't take, the results that you get are all a byproduct of your state, right? When your state is powerful, you feel confident, you feel focused, you feel energized, right? You take action, you go, right? You make bold decisions, you show up as your best self. But when your state is weak, you're slouched, your breathing is shallow, right? And stuck in negative thoughts, right? You hesitate, you doubt yourself, and you miss opportunities. Has that ever happened to anybody? Definitely happened to me, right? You had a chance to speak up in a situation or take a risk or seize an opportunity, but something inside of you just held you back. Told you it wasn't the right time. That's your state, right? So what makes up your state, right? Your state is made up of two things. It's your physiology and your focus. Okay? Your physiology and your focus are the two things that make up your state. So we're going to start with physiology. We're going to dive into how we can master our emotional state through our physiology, right? And this means you use your body, your posture, your breathing and movement. All of those play a huge role in determining how you feel and how you perform, right? How you use your body, how you change your posture, how you breathe, how you move, all play a huge role in determining how you feel and the chemical releases that happen inside of the body, right? But have you ever noticed how confident people carry themselves, right? You see them standing tall, chest is out, shoulders back, chest is open, right? Their head is up, right? When you see someone walking like that, you immediately assume they're confident, right? But here's the thing, confidence doesn't create the posture. The posture creates the confidence, right? If you if you physically position your body in a confident way, your brain gets a signal that you're confident, right? Different chemicals get released as you change your body, and it starts to produce the emotion to match, right? Let's try it right now. Slide up to the edge of your chair, right? Wherever you are, slide up to the edge of your chair. If you're standing, stand tall. If you're sitting, sit up straight, right? Roll your shoulders back, right? Lift your chin slightly and just put a relaxed smile on your face. Put a relaxed smile on your face. Now take a deep breath through your nose and fill your stomach, fill your belly with air. And then breathe it out slowly. How do you feel? Do you feel more alert? A little bit more ready? A little bit more focused? Right? It's your body creating your emotional state. Your body starting to change those chemicals, right? And put you into a parasympathetic state, which we'll talk about in a little bit, right? So let's flip the script, right? Let's do the opposite, right? Slouch down, roll your shoulders forward, right? Drop your head, let your facial expression go. Go expressionless, right? How do you feel? How does your breathing change? You feel less motivated, a little less energy, right? Because when you slouch, your breathing gets shallow. Your breathing gets shallow because your lungs aren't expanded, right? You're pressing everything's compressed. And you're sending a signal to your brain, this is a low energy moment, right? Or you're unsure. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit more about breathing. Most people don't realize how much their breathing affects their emotions. Okay. Shallow breathing, when your only breath is in your upper chest, right? When your breathing is only in your upper chest area, it's really shallow and generally it's faster, right? Shallow breaths are faster. That faster breathing speeds up your heart rate, right? And that tells your brain, faster breathing, faster heart rate tells your brain you're in a state of stress or fear. So that puts you into a sympathetic emotional state, right? Fight or flight. And your body naturally responds and is trying to figure out where the danger is. And remember, where your focus goes, energy flows. So if you're focused on danger or fear, that's what you're going to look for, and that's what you're going to identify, right? It's mind blowing how this body thing works, how this brain body connection works. But right, so as you're breathing shallow, you release chemicals in your body. You go into a fight or flight state, and you're looking for danger or fear. And you seem to find danger or fear or question. So your brain is always seeking to find the answer to the question that you have in your mind. Where's the danger? Where's the fear? Oh, here it is. Right? But deep controlled breathing, when you're breathing from your diaphragm and filling your belly with air, right? What happens is when you fill your lungs starting from the bottom and you try to force your belly out to fill it with air, you're pressing down on the diaphragm. When you press down on the diaphragm, that activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is puts your body into a relaxed state, right? It releases chemicals in your body to calm you or relax you, right? So now the trigger that you're sending to your brain is I'm calm, I'm in control, I'm confident. And now the questions in your mind, how can I continue to display or give off confidence? How can I identify these opportunities? This is why breathing techniques are used in every form of meditation and yoga, elite athletic performance, and in military training, right? Because breathing is power. If you control your breathing, you can control your focus. You control your focus, you know what you're looking for. You guys with me? So let's do this. Close your eyes for a moment. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe in slowly through your nose, right? Let's do a 6 count. Breathe in for a count of 6. Hold it for 4 seconds. 3, 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Doing a breathing exercise like that helps to calm your body, right? Because your breath literally controls the nervous system, right? You can't feel anxious and breathe deeply at the same time. Physically, cannot happen, right? So if you shift your breathing, you start to shift your emotions. So let's talk about energy and motion and how your emotions create emotion, right? Movement. Have you ever had a day when you felt sluggish and you decided to get up and go for a walk, right? Or go to the gym or dance around the house. Suddenly your whole mood changes. That's because motion also creates emotion. The the outward expression, right? When you move your body with energy and purpose, you generate feelings of excitement, of motivation, of confidence, right? And your energy changes, your outlook changes, your focus changes. This is why athletes jump, stretch, move before competition. They have active stretching, is what it's called, right? Plyometrics. They're priming their state. They're preparing their body for where they're going, right? So, another activity, right? You can either stand up and do this or sit tall in your chair, right? Shake your arms out, remove all the extra energy, right? Actually, let's stand up and do this. Stand up, stand up, shake your arms out, and just jump up and down a few times. Take a deep breath, smile big, put a big cheesy grin on your face. It's okay. And say, yes, I'm ready. I'm powerful, right? Yes, I'm ready. I'm powerful. Changing your physiology does that work, right? Moving your body brings energy in, right? So the thing about it is you don't have to wait for emotion. I mean, you don't have to wait for motivation. You don't have to wait for motivation to show up. You can create it on your own. You don't have to, you do have to get rest, but if you're in a state where you have to get things done and you're starting to feel sluggish, you're starting to feel tired, change your physiology. Get up, move to give yourself a jolt of energy. And that'll also change your emotion, right? So, key takeaways from physiology: your body leads your emotions. You don't have to wait until you feel confident to act confidently. It doesn't happen that way. You can't feel your way into acting differently, but you can act your way into feeling differently. Act confident, and the feelings will follow, right? So whenever you feel stuck, whenever you feel unmotivated or uncertain, don't just sit there and try to move through it, but stand tall, take deep breaths, right? Stand up, walk with purpose, speak with energy, right? Because you take charge of your physiology, you take charge of your emotions. And when you take charge of your emotions, get this. When you take charge of your emotions, you take charge of your life. You're completely in control. You have the power to change how you feel instantly. And it starts with one simple decision of how will you use your body? Physiology is everything once you understand it. So the second piece in this emotional conversation, right, in controlling the emotion, right, is or managing your state. I apologize. Managing your state, you have physiology, right, and you have focus. Focus is equally as powerful as the physiology because what you focus on, you feel. Training of the reticular activation system. Your mind, your brain is like a spotlight, right? Whatever you shine the light on becomes your reality. If you focus on problems, you'll feel overwhelmed. You'll feel anxious. You'll feel stuck. But if you focus on solutions and possibilities and opportunities, you feel empowered, motivated, and confident, right? Focus determines the meaning you give to any experience. Focus, write this down. Focus determines the meaning you give to any experience. And the meaning you give determines how you feel and how you act in that experience, and the actions that you take or that you don't. Excuse me. Right? Quick example. Two people lose a job on the same day. Person A immediately thinks, I'm a failure. I'll never find things good again. Right? They feel hopeless. They feel defeated. They stop trying. Their shoulders are slumped. They're, woe was me. They stop trying. Person B, this is the opportunity I've been waiting for. I've been trying to figure out how to get out of this job in a way that was beneficial for me. I can finally start that business that I've always dreamt about. Or I can go get some new experience elsewhere now. And I have a little bit of time to do so. They feel excited, they feel motivated, and they take action. Same event, completely different outcome. Why? Because of what they chose to focus on. So let's make this personal. Close your eyes. Think about last week, right? Think about something that made you smile recently. Think about something that made you smile recently. Could have been a conversation that made you laugh, a win at work, a moment with a loved one, right? A memory that brings you joy, right? Got it? Now lean into that memory. Picture it as clear as possible. Who was there? Who was with you? What did you see? What did you smell? What senses, what smells were in the air? Was somebody cooking? What were the perfumes or the colognes that they were wearing? Was there music playing in the background? What did you hear? Really lean into that experience. Relive it. How did you feel in that moment? How did you feel in that moment? Now notice how your body feels right now. Maybe you have a small smile on your face. Maybe you feel a little bit lighter or more relaxed. That's the power of focus, right? Really leaning into the emotions of those experiences. And just by shifting your attention to a positive memory, you change your emotional state. You can literally change the chemicals that are released in your body from the thoughts that you have. And so if we flip it for a second and you think about a tough time that you had recently, a challenge that you faced, that something frustrated you, close your eyes, recent memory of something that frustrated you, challenge that you were facing. How do you feel thinking about it? It's an immediate mood shift, right? Just thinking about it changes your mood. And maybe you feel tension or frustration starting to creep in just from the thought. That event didn't just happen, right? But your focus changed. So if you change your focus, you change how you feel instantly. Just like an old song that plays that has an emotional connection to you, you immediately go back to that moment that you first heard that song or that you heard that song in an emotional state. It has that connection. Your body immediately goes there just from a thought, just from a song, from a smell, right? So we talked about questions, right? Questions steer the wheel of your mind. So the questions you ask yourself determine what you focus on, right? We talked about this last week. So if you're constantly asking, why is this happening to me? Or why do things never work out? Your reticular activation system is going to go find answers to that question. And you'll focus on the problem and you'll feel stuck. You'll feel frustrated. But if you shift your questions, if you shift your questions to powerful questions, you change your focus. 3 power questions, all right? We talked about them last week. You have your own. Here are 3. What am I grateful for right now? Right? Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance. When you focus on what you have instead of what you're missing, you feel empowered. What's one thing I can do right now to move forward? Solution-based. You create action instead of focusing on how big the problem is. Your focus is on progress, on growth, even if it's one small step, right? How can I turn this challenge into an opportunity? Solution focus. This reframes the obstacle. And instead of seeing them as setbacks, you're seeing them as stepping stones for growth, things to learn. Okay. So think about situation from last week that we talked about, right? Or something that you might have went through during the week, something you're dealing with right now in business, relationships, or health, right? Instead of thinking about the problem, ask yourself 3 questions, right? It can be, what's one thing I can learn from the situation? What's one step I can take right now to improve the situation? How can I how can this challenge be a gift? What's the gift in the moment? What's the blessing in the moment? There's a shift that happens by changing the focus, right? You're going from limitation to possibility. And when you focus on possibilities, you start to see opportunities. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, right? And you're just too focused on the problem when you're in that negative state to see the opportunities because you're telling the reticular activation system to only find the problems. Focus determines your future. Focus determines your future. Your focus determines your future. What you constantly focus on becomes reality. It's all you'll see. If you focus on what's missing, you're going to feel lack. If you focus on what's possible, you're going to feel empowered. So the next time you feel stuck, the next time you feel frustrated because things aren't going your way, ask yourself what you're focused on. What am I focused on right now? And if the answer isn't serving you, isn't empowering you, because you always have the power to change your focus, change your focus, right? When your state is powerful, you take action. This is why this matters. When your state is powerful, you take action. When you're confident, you lean into challenges. You show up fully. But when you're in a state of that's weak, that's small, you play small. You hold back, you doubt yourself, and you miss opportunities. And those start to stack. And now you feel like you're in this downward spiral, right? But the beautiful thing about all of this conversation this morning is you have control. You don't have to wait for the right circumstances to feel good. You don't have to wait for the right circumstances to feel confident, to feel motivated. You can change your state at any time you choose, changing your physiology and changing your focus. So take a minute. I'm going to give you 60 seconds and think about a time when you felt unstoppable, a time when you felt unstoppable, right? Maybe you were killing a presentation, right? Or you closed a big deal, phenomenal trade going in your favor, right? Or you had a day where just everything felt like it was clicking. Now I want you to really think about what that felt like. What did that moment feel like? How were you standing? How were you breathing? What were the expressions on your face? Right? What were you focused on when you felt like you're unstoppable? Feel how that felt. Feel it deep in your body. How are you moving? How are you standing? How are you breathing? What were you focused on? What I want you to remember is your state controls your actions, and your actions control your results. If you want better results, you have to learn to control your state. And we can create triggers, which we'll talk about,
You can create triggers that remind your body, this is where I need to go. Right? So do this. This will be our last little exercise, right? So what I want you to do. So I want you to sit tall in your chair. Sit tall in your chair, chest up, shoulders back. Breathe deeply. How does it feel? Now slump your shoulders, hang your head, shallow breaths. Now I want you to snap into sitting tall, chest up, shoulders back, breathing deeply. Now slump your shoulders, hang your head, right? When I say go, I want you to snap into that powerful state. Shoulders back, chest up, breathing deeply. Go. Relax. When I say go, I want you to snap into that powerful state. Go. You can do this throughout your day to train your body into living in that powerful state, right? And you can attach it to words, you can attach it to motions. You can pick a power move. And when you do that movement, your body goes into this state and your energy changes, right? Literally just that simple. Just that simple, right? Your posture, your movement, and your breath create the emotion. So you want to move in the emotion, in the way that creates the emotion that you desire, right? So you're not waiting to feel confident, you're creating it. All right. So again, your emotions don't control you, you control your emotions. So by mastering our state, you master your performance. Whenever you feel stuck, low, uncertain, right? Don't wait for motivation to find you. You go create it. You stand tall, you breathe deeply, you move with energy, right? And you determine what you focus on. You determine what you focus on. When you manage your state, you can perform at your peak, regardless of the circumstances. Regardless of the circumstances, you have the power to control your emotions. You have the power to control your energy. That's my segment, good people. Floor is open. Thoughts, feedback, questions.
What up, though?
Enjoy. What's the deal?
Oh, slow motion. So I've been practicing this because Friday, none of your cousins on the road knew how to drive. And I almost got T-boned twice.
Oh man.
Side, almost got sideswiped again. And
Jeez.
coming out the car wash. So the person on the right was trying to use me to get out. They did, but they were still coming towards me. But then somebody was coming out of Panera Bread and they was doing the same thing.
Oh wow.
And I literally was driving, I was literally swerving this truck, missing them like they was cones at a dog show. And my son was like, I looked over and said, you ain't gonna never drive after this, huh? I wanted to be so mad and yell out my window, like, learn how to drive.
Uh-huh.
But I have learned to control my emotions. because just
Caught
the other
yourself.
yeah, because just the other day, somebody then had road rage and shot a kid in their head. So
Oh, wow.
remind myself that it's somebody crazier than me on the roads. And that hey, just stay home. But nah, I was cracking up because that was like the last thing that had me like an emotional bind, because I'm like, dog, don't hit my truck. Because we're all trying to go somewhere. It's slippery on the roads. Why are you tripping anyway? And I just laughed. They pull up to the side of my truck and got mad at me. And I just laughed. But thank you for this lesson. I will definitely be putting it to use.
You are welcome. You are welcome. And it's important to remember that we're all broken. We're all going through different things. And in today's climate, right, things are difficult for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so you don't know how everybody's going to take that. So what you can control is the energy that you bring to the situation. So it's beautiful. Kudos to you, Joy. Being aware. Being aware. I love it. I love it. Any other thoughts, feedback, questions? Awesome, done that. No?
Great session, Ryan.
I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, man. All right, good people, listen. Listen, I'm telling you, man, you have the ability to control your emotions by changing your physiology and changing what you focus on. And now it's about implementing in practice, right? Because you got to train your body to be able to move when you say move, right? So start implementing these things today. And every day, every time you feel that energy level drop, check yourself. Check your physiology. How are you breathing? What are you focused on? If you got to get up and move, get up and move. Create the energy and get back to it. Create the energy, get back to it. That's my summary to the people. You guys have a phenomenal, phenomenal Monday. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning. Peace.